Yo, what's going on? It's Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, TBKC, and all that other good shh. This video goes in part with the video I did the other day, and y'all forgive me for shaking the hell out of the screen. But we're going to talk a little bit about paws, and a lot of people have questions as why we stick with the feet so much. For many reasons. First and foremost, if you want to know about the paws, they're supposed to be sort of tight. Now, from a judge's perspective, the looser the paw gets, the more it's downgraded. So you think of it like this, as a fist. Like if you punch somebody, if you make a fist, you know it's tight. You wouldn't want to ever punch somebody with your hand open like that. Or like that, or turned, or whatever, you know. And that's the way you sort of think of a dog's foot. When you make a fist, and you might want to do it at home, but put your fist down like on a table or something and feel how firm it is, feel how much, weight you can put on that fist. Now, if you loosen your hand some and try to do it, see the amount of pain that you start to get, or how, not strong that fist is. Well, it's a similar thing with the dog, but all of the dog's weights, of course, are coming directly down on that paw. So you want it tight to help maintain, proper weight placement. Basically, that's what it is. Y'all forgive me for stuttering, but you want proper weight placement on that paw. When you have a splayed paw, and that's a paw that sort of opens up more and more, looks like fingers almost, the weight displacement is not good, because now all of the weight is coming down on the more so on the pastern. And what typically you have, it doesn't seem like a lot, but those little, let's just call them toes, with the paws actually do a good job of maintaining some of the weight and balance. When you get a dog that sits back on his pasterns, and it's all pasterns all the time, what they'll do is, you'll notice that even the leg structure starts to change a little bit. They're constantly leaning back, they're constantly walking. It's almost like, walking on your heels all the time and not using the rest of your feet. And it's very, very stressful to all of the joints after that. It's stressful to what would be considered, I guess, the ankle joint of a dog. It's definitely rough on the elbows, and that transfers to the hips. I mean not to the hip. Well, in the back it would be the hips, but to the shoulders. And as you notice, it started off with a foot, but it creates pain throughout the whole dog. Once the shoulders are hurting, believe it or not, the dog sort of adjusts. And a lot of times they change the way their back is held to keep the weight off of it. They shift and do different things. And you can see where I'm going with this, is that it continues the whole way through. This is why when you look for your puppies, or if you're buying an older dog, the very first place that I would start, not end, but start, is look at the feet. The feet should be tight. The feet should be pointed directly straight ahead at you, not outwards, not inside. Because it's the same thing. If they're pointed outwards, the weight displacement is bad. If they're pointed outwards, that means there's extra stress on the inside of the elbow and shoulders. If they're pointed inwards, it's extra stress on the outside of the elbow and shoulders. And it's the same thing, going up. And we'll talk about the legs on another video. But you absolutely positively want tight, straight ahead paws. And that goes for the back too. Look at the back of the dog, and you want a similar thing there too. You want nice tight feet in the back, and you want them to be straight, because we often talk all about the front paws, but the rear paws can be turned the wrong way. They can be splayed the same way, but in this breed we tend to focus a lot on the front, but it's the same thing with the rear. But it is absolutely, positively, big time important that your dog has nice feet. It doesn't have to be perfect. You'll see some dogs that are very much, as we refer to it, cat-like paws, that are very super tight, super nice. And then you'll see some dogs that fit average. But the key is to understand the difference between average and horrible. So whatever you do, study those paws. Make sure that you get the dog that's got a good foundation, and the foundation starts with the paws. I'll get into the legs and the top line on another video. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.